Welcome back and thank you for being tuned into Times Now. There's more drama playing out in the Elon Musk versus Donald Trump battle. We get you the details. First up, let's get you the top headlines. The Trump-Musk bromance has hit turbulence. Their tussle continues and gets more intense as the two battle it out on social media. Aftermath of the Bengaluru Stampede, Bengaluru Police Commissioner and 4 police officials have been suspended. But ministers remain untouched. Questions arise on whether higher-ups are being shielded and the police being made the scapegoat. After Karnataka Chief Minister suspends top cops, Siddaramaiah announces the formation of a judicial commission to probe the Bengaluru Stampede. Big breakthrough in the Bengaluru Stampede case. Police have arrested 3 individuals late last night, including the head of marketing and revenue at RCB and the director and vice president of DNA Networks. BJP holds Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar fully responsible for the tragic stampede, blaming their political ambition and poor planning, accusing the Congress government of willful negligence. Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate the Chenab Bridge and visit the bridge dock at around 11 a.m. today. He will be inaugurating the Anji Bridge during his Jammu and Kashmir visit. A fierce row has erupted over Bharat Mata controversy at Kerala. Minister boycotts the governor's event. The governor sends a strong message of no compromise. The Congress condemns the Raj Bhavan. So it's a battle that has been playing out over a bill that Trump has called the Big Beautiful Bill. And now Elon Musk has responded to that by calling it the Big Ugly Bill. Now, in the latest, Elon Musk also made a bombshell claim on Donald Trump, claiming that President Trump has not made the Jeffrey Epstein files public because he himself is named in it. This comes as the billionaire is feuding with Trump over the former's criticism. But listen into what Donald Trump has said now.
Well, look, you know, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, the words, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars, and it really is unfair.
Now, according to the US media, multiple allies have been caught in the middle of the implosion between President Donald Trump and Elon Musk. In fact, they were delicately attempting to broker peace between the two men today when their quiet conversations were disrupted by a post on X. So amid this meltdown that is quite openly playing out on social media, there are attempts being made to broker peace. My colleague Rishabh is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Rishabh, it seems like some ugly words have been exchanged between the two already. What is this attempt being made to broker some truce?
That many congressmen, especially the Republicans, do understand that how this can go ahead and what a fallout between Elon Musk and President Donald Trump might mean for the policies and politics of Republicans in coming future. I remember it's been almost 6 months since Donald Trump has taken to the White House, and Elon Musk was one of the biggest cheerleader for Donald Trump throughout his campaign. But now, when things have gone south between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, things look ugly, and especially the conversation between the two on social media has left many thinking that whether they were ever together or not as well. Many delegates, many representatives from both the sides are trying to broker peace, but that looks far-fetched right now, given that both the sides are not ready to back down from here.
Okay, all right, Rishabh, thank you for joining us with those details. Well, whatever is happening, we'll clearly see that play out on social media, because these messages from the world's most powerful leader and the richest man in the world is all on social media out there. Well, Times Now group editor-in-chief Navika Kumar had spoken to Elon Musk's father, where he tried to decode this equation that Musk has with the US president. Take a look.
8 years ago, roughly, when I turned 70, they came to Cape Town for my 70th birthday, my two sons, and they brought with them about 50 people from America, and for a party for my birthday, you see. And during this party, one of the film actors, John Favreau, said to me, we believe, this is just before the 2016 election, we believe you support Trump. And I said, yes, I support Trump. And they all burst into laughter. And then they said, well, why do you support Trump? And I said, well, he's a businessman. It's much better than a career politician. You know, and then they all laughed. No, he's a con man. He's a crook. He's a thief. He's a bad man. You're stupid, you know, and everything. Anyway, after the lunch and everybody had left, my two sons came to me and said, what's wrong with you? Couldn't you say I don't know, you know? So I said, you know. So they said, don't you get it? Trump is evil. You are evil, you know, because I support Trump. You know, I said, look, I don't know. Anyway, so they left, went back to America, and we sort of went over a few times after that because my daughters were graduating and so on. And we just didn't talk politics.
So with Trump, is it love on the rebound?
Yes, he did a complete 180, joined Trump, and, you know, and they made a great success of things. So for people like myself, I'm essentially a tech businessman. I'm not into crazy, weird ideas. I know what works and I know what doesn't work. And to me, we have a world now where things are going to start working properly. And that would work properly for all the countries.
But then he's out of Trump's doge as well.
Say again? Yes. Well, his tenure, they now have the team is working on its own. So they have a federal employees who are now doing the job that he set them up to do.
And he's criticizing Trump's spending, the kind of debt that has...
A lot of that is media. And then when you...
Kill the bill is media?
A lot of it is media, but at the same time, when you look at any business deals and any things that are being contemplated, they have to go through Congress. So there's a convoluted process where people get things done, sometimes by saying they don't want them done, if you understand. Because it's a case of pulling the wool over the opposition's eyes.
Oh, so this is...
Well, you know,
this is a conspiracy theory, or is this a conversation that you've had?
Well, it's like any business, you know. That's why you're not allowed to have spies of yours in somebody else's business. People would do that if they could. But generally, when you're in competition, you have to be one or two steps ahead of your competitors. So if your competitors think you're going to go this way,
you go the other way.
You go the other way, or you let them think you're going this way. Sorry?
Is he conning the people of America by separating from Trump, but
I didn't say
with
that.
Him? Well, I'm drawing the
But you're very smart people.
So, of course, this was hours ago and a lot has changed, because in just the last 2 to 3 hours, we've seen a lot of reactions coming in from Donald Trump as well as Elon Musk, in a clear indication that all is clearly not well and it's not media creation. Here's what Donald Trump has put out on Truth Social. He says, Elon Musk was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy. That's the claim that has been made by Donald Trump. This is a post that he has put out on Truth Social, saying that Elon Musk went crazy and that he was wearing thin, so he asked him to leave. Srinjoy Chaudhary continues to stay live with us. Before I go to him, I also want to quickly take you across to what Elon Musk has said. Now, here is an account that calls for the impeachment of Trump. It says, President versus Elon, who wins? My money is on Elon. Trump should be impeached and J.D. Vance should replace him. And this has been quote-tweeted by Elon Musk, who says, yes. Does it mean that he is in favor of Trump being impeached, which is being called by this Twitter user? That's the question. Interesting battle playing out. But remember, after this tweet came in from Elon Musk asking for J.D. Vance to replace him, J.D. Vance himself has come out in support of Donald Trump. So this is what J.D. Vance has tweeted. He said, President Trump has done more than any person in my lifetime to earn the trust of the movement he leads. I'm proud to stand beside him. So while there was a Twitter user who was calling for the impeachment of Trump and saying J.D. Vance should replace him, J.D. Vance has come out in support of President Trump. So Srinjoy, how is this going to play out? Now we have J.D. Vance coming out in support of Donald Trump. More importantly, the question being what happens to Elon Musk? With somebody like Donald Trump known to take decisions at the drop of a hat based on his whims and fancies, what's going to happen to Tesla? What's going to happen to SpaceX?
Impeachment is not so easy in America. Yes, there have been people impeached, but at this point, Trump is too powerful. Because to be impeached, you will have to have overwhelming support against you and overwhelming numbers. And at this point, the Senate and the House of Representatives probably favor the Republicans. And at this point also, the Republican majorities in both will not allow impeachment because you need serious numbers in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. So that is not going to be easy. Plus, there are the courts. And there too, there are enough justices in the U.S. Supreme Court who have been appointed by Republicans in the past few years. So that too has to be kept in mind. But long before any legal issues are involved, you have the Senate and the House of Representatives both have Republican majorities. And there is no sign as of now that Trump's support has eroded. It might further down the road, but at this point there is no sign that Trump, who was elected barely 3 months ago in December, has and took over on the 20th of January, that his support has eroded. And if his support had eroded, then yes, then you would have seen Republicans crossing the floor. But at this point, there is no sign of that.
Okay, all right. Srinjoy, thank you for joining us with those details. With that, it's time for us to slip into a short break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with lots more on the other side.